Hello and welcome to Injus Gaming. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of Grid 2, the story mode specifically, because they have separated the story mode and the online mode into two distinct games, which is an interesting feature. So I will be bringing you all the online mode later on. But this is the first race. The first thing where you just start out, you just hit new game, and this is what you end up with. So I have messed around with it a little bit. I've played about 1 to 2 hours so far, and it's a pretty fun game. It's pretty fun so far. I am pretty new to the racing scene as far as racing games go, but it is something I definitely want to get more into. So I'm going to be playing a lot of Grid 2 and a lot of Dirt 3 as well. I'm going to try to show that. I'll show that to you all. People say don't drive and talk on the phone at the same time. That's essentially what I'm doing, so I'm sorry my driving is not quite spectacular. But we will carry on. So yeah, I've messed around with this game a little bit. It is quite fun. The cars all handle well. Played a little bit of Grid 1. The cars, they handled kind of all over the place if you don't know how to drive them correctly. This one's a little bit more forgiving, so you're not going to quite go flying off the road quite as much as you did in Grid 1. Definitely makes it a lot easier.
Here. I see you've been making waves across the racing community with your videos. You've already gained quite a following. I've been searching for a driver on the rise to help me take a plan of mine to the next level. I have an opportunity for you, if you're interested, to help me create the most comprehensive racing series in the world. No need to decide right away. I've set you up with a track day at Indianapolis Speedway. Enjoy it. Practice and consider my offer. I'll be in touch in a few days.
So yeah, as I was saying, the the handling seems a lot I don't know necessarily what the right word for it is, but it seems a lot tighter, or a lot more forgiving, easier. I mean, it definitely handles realistically, but it's not quite as slippery as far as compared to Grid 1 goes. But it definitely is a lot of fun so far. I'm actually just going to skip through this right now because this is just a test track, so you get to drive around a little bit. So I'm going to do in session. But yeah, you get different options as far as the camera angle goes. Unfortunately, this is a pretty big thing to note, but they did take out cockpit view.
I've been keeping my eye on the racing scene for a while now, and your performance in Chicago is the reason why you had a drive around the Indianapolis Speedway. Now I have something to offer. My dream is to create a World Series of racing. Imagine the high-speed racers from the US, the technical guys from Europe, and the drift kings of Asia, all in one competition to determine the world's greatest driver. But first we need a spark. We need a star. And that's where you come in. To get our name out there, I've set you up with some of the USA's elite racing clubs. Once we get the US clubs on board, sign some of their drivers, get their fans, then we can start hosting our own events.
So we're going to go ahead and name our character. Can I change the character name? Apparently not. I could before. That's really strange. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, they did take out cockpit view, which I know they did have in the Grid 1 game as well as the Dirt series. So I'm a little bit, I really wish they kept that in, because that's one of the things I like, is just seeing your driver like move around and do all the actions you're doing with the controller. But it is definitely a lot of fun. You can change the damage levels, visually to full, and the difficulty. But I'm just going to keep everything on default
So
settings.
first up, you've got an invite to compete with new Union in race events. The aim is to cross the finish line ahead of your competitors. You're going to need all of your driving skill to make your way through the pack and bring home the win.
For some reason there is quite a bit of frame rate lag when the loading screen comes up, but it doesn't actually come up during the actual racing. I'm not quite sure why that happens, but guess can't really knock him for it. So you have the normal view, you have a little bit of far out view, you have the bumper view, and you have the hood view. So it kind of sucks that they took that out. Again, it kind of takes away from the realism that they had going on in their other games. But, you know, it's still fun. It's still a very solid racer. In my eyes, at least. And, yeah. I'll be bringing you all more content on it as far as, you know, I'm going to not do a full playthrough of it, but I am going to put up some guides for the different styles of racing, the American, the European, and the Asian styles, and exactly how, you know, leaning towards different styles will affect you in career mode, or if you need to go all in on one, or if you need to do a little bit of each, and kind of just what the real differences are between all of them. Yep. Go ahead and do a flashback. Basically just lets you correct little mistakes you make, which is something that's been popping up in racing games quite a bit lately. It's rather than pausing and going over and resetting the entire race because you messed up one turn. It just kind of gives you some different shots. As far as visuals go, the game does look great. There are a lot of different panoramas and a lot of different great turns as you're going around. The car models are all quite nice. There's quite a bit of customization you can do as well, which I will show you all really quickly. Let's go and wait for this loading screen, and hey! We gained fans! How many fans did we gain? We gained 2,500 fans, I believe. Gain fans quick. So you can choose between different cars. You can unlock the cars with the vehicle challenges. And the way the vehicle challenges work are with these sponsors. So what happens, you can go in and select different ones you want, or you can just randomize them. When you randomize them, it changes the objectives each one has. So finish ahead of Harrison Carter in a race event, win a face-off event, and beat a time of 2 minutes at Pacific Way. Every time you do one of those, you get fans. And, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and click done here. And then this is the little bit of customization that it offers. It doesn't offer any like body part mods, and I'm not sure if it offers like custom engine tuning, but you definitely can. You know, there's quite a few different graphical styles you can choose from, different patterns, so you can choose whichever one suits you most. And then you can mess around with the colors too. As far as paint types go, you have glass, metallic, matte, flip, pearlescent. So with the pearlescent ones, you do unlock the secondary colors here, which means you can get some pretty cool combinations as far as those go. And then you can change all the rest of them as well. And it definitely, you know, it's quite not the full modification that you may have seen in some other games. I know. I think Need for Speed, was it? had it so you could like adjust the height of your headlights if you wanted to, something like that, where everything was variable and everything had sliders and you can just make the car look like however you want. You can't quite do this in this, but what you can do is just change up the colors and make it your own. Definitely make it stand out in online mode so that not everyone looks the same. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and complete here, and you can choose to apply it in a single vehicle or all vehicles. So if I apply it to all and go to change vehicle, I can just go over to my Alfa Romeo and then see what that looks like on my Alpha as well. See the sponsors there as well. No Fear. I like No Fear. So yeah, this has been Injix Gaming. Gonna bring you all some more guides on this, bring you a little bit more gameplay. We try to get some other racing games in there too, some non-racing games in there, and gonna be doing something called the Greenlight Gamble. Essentially what that is I'm gonna be hitting up a whole bunch of different games that are trying to get featured on Greenlight, and just gonna give them the press they would need, because with the way I see things going these years, indie developers are really offering more of the more wholesome experiences as far as gaming goes. You know, like publishers, they do their thing and they put out the big budget titles and new releases, but indie developers, they're really the ones who are willing to take chances and give you unique experiences that you haven't had before. So that's something that I think should be supported, because not all of them get the publicity that they deserve. So I'm going to be doing what's called the Greenlight Gamble. What that's going to be is I'm just going to hit up random games on Greenlight and just go to the websites. If there's a demo, I'll check out the demo. And yeah, hopefully we can find some good ones. Anyway, as I said, Injix Gaming. Keep watching. Look forward to new content, and I will see you all later.